Drink Cinema! Cheers.
Welcome to Two Drink Cinema. We are 2 out of 3 brothers reviewing iconic movies, 2 drinks at a time. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Sonny Jim.
Boy. Doesn't he just call him boy?
You better run, Sonny Jim. That was
Does he say Sonny Jim?
Sonny Jim. He says something like that.
He calls him boy.
Boy.
Definitely. Boy. I'm just waiting. Or actually, I've definitely seen memes on the internet of TIL that the actor playing the hunter in Jumanji was also his dad. Like, they don't hide it.
Is that what you mean? Like, I was today years old.
TIL is today I learned.
I thought I was today years old.
Well, they're very similar.
Same shit, different smell.
Same shit, dumbness.
It's the whole point of the fucking story,
It's
mate.
the whole point of the fucking story. There's only one point of this story, which I will get to, but that's it.
Yeah.
So let's have a drink.
I have created a Jumanji cocktail.
Okay.
It has a few ingredients. Look, it's got vodka, rum, Cointreau,
Good.
pineapple juice, cranberry juice, orange juice.
3 juices, 3 alcohols.
A bit of a stampede of ingredients.
Stampede of flavours too, by the looks of that.
It looks pretty good.
Cheers.
We'll see how we go. Cheers.
Does it need to be mixed or did you shake it?
I shooked it.
Okay, that's fine.
After I came back from my English language class, I shooked it. I'm not getting much happening here, actually.
Just get an orange juice, I'm going to say.
But there's equal parts.
Yeah,
Interesting. Maybe it's the Cointreau as well.
that's true.
Anyway,
Would
back
you
onto
like
the greatest
to-
90s movie ever made.
Oh, well, you did Speed recently.
Mmm.
The greatest 90s family movie ever made.
Aladdin.
Lion King.
There's a lot of good movies in
There's
the
a lot of
90s.
good movies in the 90s.
Continue. I would love a tagline.
We can't even say the greatest Robin Williams movie of the 90s.
Aladdin.
Doubtfire.
Ooh.
This is number 5 for Robin for us.
And
Patch
finally,
Adams.
a good one.
Patch Adams. 1 Hour Photo.
Yep.
Aladdin. Doubtfire. This. Have we done Dead Poet Society? No.
No, I feel like we've done one more.
Do you want me to look?
Nah, it's all right.
Good, because I can't find the file. You want some taglines, though?
Yes, please. I'd love one.
Roll the and unleash the excitement.
Oh, that's good.
Not for the movie.
I mean, it's an exciting movie.
A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind. That's a good one.
Roll the dice. Doubles gets another turn. Yeah.
It's always annoyed me that doesn't rhyme.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't read this part. That annoys me. Anyway, continue.
But also that part rhymes.
What? The plays
ending.
beware if those start have to finish.
Yeah, that bit rhymes. But the doubles get another turn doesn't
Yeah.
rhyme. Anyway, an adventure for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind.
Yeah.
Are you game?
Yep.
It's a jungle in
God,
there.
how many fucking taglines? Oh, that's clever.
That's a good one. I like the history. Let's get into the movie. I like the history of it. It isn't just like these guys move into a house and there's a game there.
Yes, there is a connection.
We have the people trying to get rid of it. Bit
Yep.
of early scenes of Hocus Pocus vibes going on there as well. Not in Salem, Massachusetts. though.
Thackeray Binks. I mean, especially Massachusetts.
Yeah. I like that happens, but then there's also the 1960s, which I kind of forgot about.
Did not forget a single thing about this
Okay,
movie.
of course you haven't. You should just talk about it then.
So we open on a Yeah, go. There's one thing that annoys me, actually. There's a few things. There is one particular moment that I hope when you watched it went, oh, fuck, Brett's going to hate that bit.
Yeah, I do. It's
Yeah,
in the notes.
yeah.
It's in the notes.
It annoys me. So 1869,
Yep.
1969,
And then 26 years later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they hoping to release it in 1994, but then it got delayed?
Could you have made it 19... But in the movie, they say 1995. Kirsten Dunst's character says 1995.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway,
Make it 1970.
That's just annoyed me a bit.
Okay. But they have to be... Well, I guess that's 25 years. I guess they have to be close in age so that they would grow up and he could run the company for when they're kids. So it couldn't be another 100 years or adult Robin Williams doesn't meet.
But like you said, just make it 1970.
Yeah, make it 25 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, they didn't, and that's not in my notes.
That's not important.
It's
probably also one of those things I only really thought about this watching.
After 75 watches.
Yeah.
The whole character arc of Alan Parrish starts and ends with, if you're afraid of something, you've got to stand and face it.
Good tagline.
And if you didn't realise that his father plays the hunter, then you didn't realise what his character arc is.
Look, he's just wearing a hat.
And
he's just wearing a different outfit.
He's wearing a different outfit, but also when he's his father, he's putting on an accent. They're the only differences.
But it's barely an accent.
Yeah.
He's still just like, stop running away from me.
Yeah, no, that's his normal voice.
Yeah.
The accent is the dad.
Oh, he's more like, stop running away from me. Yeah. You're going to that school? That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my best impression.
So, yes, always disappoints his father and then has to grow up to not disappoint his father.
Look.
And to be able to face his father. And he faces his father / the hunter. And then he faces his father in 1969.
If I was riding around on a bike in Branford, Massachusetts in 1969, I'd be tempted to punch him too. He's such a dork.
He is a dork.
He is a Poindexter.
But one of the things, is he an L7 weenie?
He's 100% an L7 weenie.
I heard someone say that in the real world the other day.
Get stuffed.
An L7 weenie. L7 weenie.
L7 weenie.
What it does do to set up, not just like, obviously when he gets to his factory, it's clear that his factory is the big deal in town. But he rides and everybody knows him and all the adults look after him.
And also, it's 1960s and there's a black guy working there.
One.
Still.
There was a woman too. I saw a black woman in the factory.
Woman.
Yeah, she would have been the tea lady. Maybe he's progressive. I think also 1969 is a little bit too early for a basketball shoe, historically speaking.
But if that was history, it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, but if he had thought of it, someone else would have also thought of it.
Yeah. But then they just needed a basketballer.
Will Chamberlain.
They just needed Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The soul man
Yeah.
needed Will Chamberlain.
Anyway.
Racist nickname.
Yeah. It's the soul of a shoe.
Yeah, but he's the
And
one
soul
black
music.
man.
Yeah, okay. It is a bit racist.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
racist.
They're going to call him
It's a
Sam and
microaggression.
or Dave. Like,
Yes.
they're going to call him one of those names.
Ant or Dick.
And his name is Carl. They do well to set up that he is he's not necessarily a nerd. He's almost an L7 weenie.
He has
but
no friends.
He's an important person in the town, and that is an issue for him.
Also ugly.
And he doesn't want to be a parish.
Maybe I don't even want to be a parish.
And then they had to also be like, they had to have a fight. So there's a disconnect between the father so that there's something to resolve when he comes back to 1969. Mm-hmm. So that all happens in the opening scene. A good line is, what do you mean the game thinks?
Lee, when I tell you...
Kirsten Dunst has some good lines.
That wasn't her. What I...
Oh, no, Sarah says that.
It was
My
Ugly
apologies.
Friend.
Yeah.
Ugly Girlfriend with a weird nose.
Bonnie Hunt.
When I told you I could quote this movie, that was one thing. It goes, the game thinks you rolled.
Yeah.
And then she goes, what do you mean the game thinks? I had that perfectly timed with the movie.
Perfectly timed.
And went, what do you mean the game thinks? Because seriously, what do you mean the game thinks?
Then it must be magnets or something.
Yeah, and then...
Then it must be microchips or something.
It's got to be microchips or something.
Yeah, because she's
like
so
in Toy
clever.
Soldiers.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
our second Kirsten Dunst movie.
Yes, it is. It's our first Bonnie Hunt movie.
And our last.
I want to see what else she's been in. Because we did talk about that last week.
It's our last the Peter movie.
It's his last too. Actually...
You reckon there's some on there?
Oh, no. Bug's Life.
Oh, Bugs Life.
She's voiced a lot of Pixar stuff.
Monsters
She's
Inc.
in
Cars,
Monsters Inc.,
Toy Story.
Monsters University.
Is she Bo Peep?
I thought for a sec that she was in The Incredibles, but it was Cars that I was thinking of. In A Bug's Life, she is...
She's like the butterfly, not the butterfly, the...
Rosie.
But she's the...
Who's Rosie?
Spider.
Yeah, she's the spider.
She's the spider.
So this is our second Bonnie Hunt movie.
Wow. What's she doing these? Cheaper by the dozen.
Oh,
Green
yeah.
Mile.
Green
Jerry
Mile, that's
Maguire.
iconic. That's iconic.
Rain Man. Wow, she's actually done a lot
She's
of...
done a lot
I
of movies.
apologise, Bonnie Hunt, that the only thing I really know you from is Jumanji. But in my defence, I was born in the late 80s. So...
Yeah, but you've also seen...
I've also seen all those movies I just said. And maybe the Bonnie Hunt show.
But also, just quickly scrolling through this, the earliest thing she did was in 1988, Rain Man. But all she is in Rain Man is the one that confirms the number of toothpicks that were dropped. Her only line is, "There's four
That's
left."
the most iconic scene.
That's well, we haven't reviewed it yet, so we can't give the award. She's the one that says, "There's four left."
Wow.
Yeah, I know that because of TikTok. And people are like, the woman that says there are four left nails that line. Then people are like, that's Bonnie Hunt.
That's Bonnie Hunt from
She's been in
Jumanji.
Cars, and they knew more things than we did about Bonnie Hunt. Anyway, so there's a lot of not super deep, but stuff about family. Orphaned kids.
Yep.
Auntie clearly doesn't want them. She doesn't say it, but she clearly doesn't want them.
Yeah.
And so we have to resolve by the end of the movie two family things. The fight with the father.
Yep.
For Alan, and the death of the parents for Judy and Peter.
Yeah.
And we don't know at the start of the movie that they're going to go back in time.
We don't.
But Alan's also a bit dumb.
He's not the smartest
That
guy,
in
is
1969, he tries to leave the house as a 10-year-old.
Are we saying he's 10?
Or whatever year old.
Yeah, okay.
To try and find Judy and Peter. Like, you're a kid, mate. They're clearly not here.
Yeah.
But as well as that, I don't think we need too much depth in that stuff, because we've got a very well done kids action movie.
Yep.
Where scary things build up. There are big scary moments, but as well as little scary things build up. So the mosquitoes are scary. The lion is big scary. But then the lion gets taken care of.
The lion does... the lion just goes in her bedroom and stays there.
The lion gives up.
The lion
Let's
goes
be
to
honest.
sleep.
The lion goes to sleep tonight. Oh, wee!
Oh, Jesus.
And but the scary things get bigger. They have to go out into the world. They get hunted. There's the stampede. There's the monsoon. So all the scary things get bigger, and as we go, all of our characters get closer together, which is good.
It
And
forces them to
basically
get close to each other.
the story.
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
One thing that annoys me, when the old man that is squatting in the dad's office in the now time
Knows everything.
says they're over on Adams Street.
We'll get to that later.
In movies, generally, that annoys me.
Oh, I see them every day. Fuck off.
If I meet you in the future, I'm just going to tell you your parents are dead. And I know the way I just phrased it then sounds harsh.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to be like, hey, I know you haven't seen them for 30 years, they're dead.
I'm not going to set you up for have your fucking heart broken.
Yes.
And then go, our parents are dead too. Now we have something in common.
In Back to the Future 2,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of that. When Lorraine says to Marty, your father is in the same place he's been for 27 years, Oak Park Cemetery. He just doesn't say, your father's dead.
Yeah.
Don't you remember? Oak Park Cemetery.
Oh,
She's got that fake, not that old, that old, fakey, oldie, drunk, tit enlargement voice.
Yeah.
But then Kirsten Dunst follows that up with, they were in the Middle East negotiating peace.
She's funny. She's great. I tell you what.
Yes.
Kirsten Dunst, right?
Yep. Is this pre or post interview with the vampire?
Post, just. She is very good as a kid, and most child actors that were that good would have had a slump at some point.
Or got into cocaine?
Yeah, she has not stopped working for 30 years.
Yeah. She was in Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. Oscar nominee Kirsten Dunst has not stopped working for 30 years.
Oh, she was in Small Soldiers, yes.
Small Soldiers.
Little Women.
Little Women.
Before this.
Yeah.
Wimbledon.
Like Wimbledon.
Come on.
I mean, I haven't seen that, surprisingly.
Oscar nominated, obviously, for Wimbledon.
For Wimbledon.
Speaking of tennis movies, do you want to see Zendaya's threesome movie?
I don't think I do.
No. Yeah, no, I don't. She has had quite a career.
She did the Spider-Mans.
Dick.
Marie Antoinette. Melancholia. Fargo.
Anchorman 2, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, according to Google.
No, it's probably a mistake.
They probably think she's Christina
Applegate. Yeah, great. So.
Yes.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done. Kirsten Dunst is just credited according to Google in Anchorman, which makes me think she's not in the movie.
I don't remember. I haven't seen Anchorman a lot, but I feel like I would remember if Kirsten Dunst was in it.
A couple of other things that annoy me in terms of the script writing is when the cop and the auntie go back to the house and knock on the door and they don't answer, and the cop goes, they've probably got the TV turned up too loud. Yeah. No, you just saw a stampede and your police car. Well, you saw the huge mosquitoes.
Yeah.
You saw a stampede.
You
saw monkeys riding a police motorbike.
Yep.
And you saw a vine fold your car in half and take it into the jungle.
Yeah.
No, it's not the TV, mate. Shit's going on in this town.
Yeah.
I think James Horner listened to Hook a little bit too much before he wrote the score for this movie.
Yeah.
But overall, the story, as I said, is not super deep, but it works.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds contradictory to what I said last week about Frozen. But Frozen started to make some things and then just jumped quickly between them. This stays shallow the whole time, but does the scary action thriller stuff well.
Yeah.
Even the effects, 1995. If you look at this movie, the effects are good 1995
They're
effects.
bad now.
They're bad
Some
now.
of them are pretty bad. The lion, not great. The spiders, ridiculous.
The lions, better than the spiders.
The pelican, what the fuck?
Yeah. The stampede is okay.
Stampede's all right. Him getting sucked into the game's pretty good.
That is pretty good. The earthquake's very good.
Yeah, it's a very neat earthquake.
Him falling through the floor is good.
Yeah.
So, for the time, very good effects.
There are some very unflattering camera angles. I'm glad when they got to 1995, they stopped doing the camera shot from within the game.
Yeah.
Because the young Sarah, already not flattering face. Then you put the camera up her nose.
Yeah. And I'm not sure Bonnie Hunt, she's not unattractive, but I'm not sure that would be a favourite angle for many people.
No, especially women of a certain age.
Can I tell you the thing that annoyed you?
There is no way that Lilith did all that cleaning and setting up that house in one day.
Oh, that's not the thing I wrote in my notes would annoy you.
Well, that annoyed me, but there's something that annoyed me epically. Everybody can go back to our 3rd ever episodes.
The thing was coming, and I'm like, I remember this joke is great. Like
about the axe.
The joke is great, and I'm like, this is going to laugh. But then as Peter runs out to the woodshed to get the axe, I remembered how the punchline of the joke actually lands. And he goes, chop, chop, chop. And then he looks at the axe, and then he looks at the camera.
Hate it.
And then I'm like,
Hate
Brett's groaning right
it.
now. And then runs in.
Hate
There's no other moment where any other character looks at it. And it's almost like the directors were like, how are we going to... No, it's almost like, how are we going to make the viewers realize that he's realized this is the axe he's looking for, and that's the joke. And the only way they could come up with was for him to look at the camera.
You know what? They could have just gone chop, chop, look at the axe, then show a shot of the axe, and then him go and run off. That's it.
Yeah, I felt like they thought that might not be obvious enough.
God, and then in the end, the dad's still an asshole.
Yeah, but he's a nicer asshole.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
I know you're going to talk about Impact.
Yes, I am.
And so another couple of things I'm going to say I don't want to say because you're about to bring them up.
Hopefully.
So if you don't, I will.
Great.
It's good. The scariness is good. The balance between scary, action, and funny is good.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship developing as you do in these kind of almost disaster... Like, it's almost a disaster movie.
Yeah, it is.
In these disaster movies, they force the closeness together, and there's always a family thing hanging over everything.
Yeah.
And the couple of callbacks, like it must be microchips, but then at the end, when Robin Williams goes a little bit too far, when he's like, they're just how we remember them. Like, you're smarter than that, Alan. But then he says, our house was your house. And then he says, is your house whenever you want. I want to know what presents he got them, though. They don't actually open the presents.
Jumanji.
Oh, God. Maybe he got them the game Zathura.
Ooh, the Space Odyssey. Maybe they
Space
got
Adventure.
them... Damn it.
Stanley Kubrick did definitely not direct a young Josh Hutcherson and Kristen Stewart. Let's go on to the Impact now that I've mentioned one of the almost in the franchise movies.
Look, not a lot of awards, basically none, except for like best performance by a young actress. Whatever that means. 2005, Jumanji was listed number 48 in Channel 4's documentary 100 Greatest Family Films.
Okay.
It's pretty high. Just behind Dumbo, Spider-Man, and Jason and the Argonauts.
I feel like I should watch Jason and the Argonauts. It comes up a bit.
Yeah. Jumanji, the game.
Yep.
Which we had.
We did own.
I loved it. And I had that thing in the middle that was like what was it? It
was just like infrared. It was just red cellophane.
It was just a red cellophane, but it was, it was impressive.
And then when you put it
put
underneath.
the card and it said...
Whatever.
Make you
Bats.
Sneeze, make you itch.
Yeah, it have said something like that.
Wings are... These winged...
Winged things are not much fun.
Oh, that's the bats.
Yep.
It was a released...
Speaking of making you itch, is there a mosquito in the studio?
I don't think so.
I think I'm getting bitten. The window is open.
But it's got fly screen.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm getting bitten. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to pass out and drive into an ambulance.
Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah, so Milton Bradley did a game in 1995.
Yes, big in games, Milton.
Then they did an updated version with new colorized artwork. Ooh.
Ooh.
In 2017. And they updated some of the riddle messages.
Was that in preparation for Jumanji: The Next Level?
Maybe.
Because that was 2019.
Yeah, I don't know. But then that one, British Game of the Year that year.
Ooh.
Then
I should buy
Jumanji, A Jungle Adventure Game Park is a North American exclusive game from Microsoft, which is very annoying.
Okay. Yes.
It had an animated TV series which went for 3 years, and then spin-off film Zathura: A Space Adventure, and then 2 indirect sequels, we're calling them. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle and Jumanji: The Next Level, which I haven't watched because I said I won't watch them, but I think I want to watch them.
I've watched the first one, Jumanji: The Next Level. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
I've watched that because on our honeymoon, we borrowed a movie from the place at the resort, which felt like we were going back to 1998.
Yeah.
Borrowing one from the caravan park front
In the
office.
games room.
Yeah. And then...
Talking about going back in time, yeah, I stayed somewhere last weekend. I had to go to the front office to get an iron. Then I had to put it in the fire and to heat it up, and then put it over my
Fill
clothes.
it with water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We borrowed the movie. Can't remember what the movie was. But then when we opened it, Jumanji was in there. And I'm like, let's watch Jumanji.
Fate is telling us to watch Jumanji.
And it's
The
not
new one.
bad.
It's not awful. Okay.
Well,
I might watch it.
Jack Black...
It's not going to ruin my
probably the
childhood.
worst. No, it's not going to ruin your
'cause
childhood.
I remember when they were like, they're remaking Jumanji. I was like, no way in hell.
Well,
But it's not the same story.
Well, this is what I wrote, is like, you can't. Because it has to almost follow the same formula.
You know what they should do? If they did it now, they would do it as virtual reality, but then it becomes reality. And everybody's played by Muppets.
I think... Yeah, I don't think they could have made it based on a board game, someone playing the board game, because it's just the same thing. You roll the dice, some shit happens.
Yeah.
Which is what happened in Zathura.
Yeah.
Which is what made Zathura not as successful.
I never watched it.
I watched it when it came out, and it was good, but history tells us that it's not as good as the others. Well, it's not as good as the original one because it's not as popular.
Yeah.
And it's not on our list of most iconic movies.
Yeah. So, TriStar Pictures agreed to finance the film on the condition that Robin Williams played the starring role. However, he originally turned it down because the first script was not great.
Oh, okay.
They did some rewrites. He accepted. But the first choice to play Alan Parrish and turned it down due to commitments with Apollo 13. Tom Hanks.
But they only made it Robin Williams would be in it
So,
after Tom Hanks turned it down.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Willis was also unavailable because of Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah,
Other stars
Bruce Willis
considered
wouldn't have been great.
included Dan Aykroyd, Michael Keaton, Chevy Chase. These get worse as the list goes on.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase, Sean Penn, Kevin Costner, Richard Dreyfuss,
Oh, no. Oh,
Michael Douglas,
I can't stand Richard
Rupert
Dreyfuss.
Everett, Harrison Ford,
Yeah.
Sean Connery, Bill Paxton, Bryan Cranston, Alec Baldwin, and let me see if I can get this, and you'll get it. Jumanji. No, that was a shit accent. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I was going to guess Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's just people they considered. They didn't really get it anywhere. For Bonnie
Jeff
Hunt.
Goldblum wasn't on the list.
Yeah. For Bonnie Hunt, they also considered Jodie Foster,
Yeah.
Demi Moore,
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Kirstie Alley,
Yeah.
and Madonna.
No.
And some young actress who auditioned for Judy Shepherd, Scarlett Johansson.
I feel like I knew that.
Could you imagine if this was Scarlett Johansson, Madonna, and Arnold Schwarzenegger? It's a stampede.
But also, how do you explain...
Get to the chopper.
But how do you explain the son of a shoe factory owner in 1969 being Austrian?
I don't want to... I don't know.
Like, you can explain a cop who has to teach kindergarten being Austrian. You can explain a killer robot being Austrian. Actually, you don't have to.
Go. He's Austrian. They go, but Austrians are... okay.
Yeah. Austrians aren't killer robots? Yeah, well, no one is.
Yeah. Anyway, we better fucking do Terminator eventually. Both of them, because there's only two.
Terminator, the one with Sam Worthington's not bad.
Okay.
Salvation.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go out on a limb. This is a bold call. I think Jumanji is the most nostalgic movie for me.
Okay. Speed is up there.
Jumanji,
We've had a nostalgic month for you.
Jumanji, Speed, and then probably like Land Before Time. So we've done all mine.
Okay. What's nostalgic for me? You know what's actually nostalgic for me? Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Yeah, we watched that a lot.
Watched that a lot on the VHS recorded with little bits of Sandra Sully in the late ad breaks.
And then probably something random like Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, okay. Well, in the Sandlot. This is a Mandela effect, which we talked about in 2 out of 3 recommend this week.
Yeah.
Ash really remembers us calling ourselves as a group of kids the Sandlot kids.
I don't think we did.
I don't remember
We
that
were
at
the
all.
committee.
Yeah. Anyway, that's very niche, and Ash doesn't listen to the podcast.
No. So that's the ultimate impact of Jumanji. It was nostalgic for me.
The most nostalgic for you.
I would say that this is the most nostalgic movie of my childhood.
It's high nostalgia for me because you watched it a lot, so I did because we lived in the same house, and we played the board game.
We played that board game.
I have lots of nostalgia about The Matrix.
I have nostalgia for watching it in Adelaide.
Yeah. I'm about to go to Adelaide. Actually, when this is released, I've just been.
Yeah.
And every time I go to Adelaide, I remember 2 things. It's the first time I hooked up with my husband.
Okay.
And that was well after. We saw Jumanji in the cinemas.
Matrix
in the cinemas. So that's nostalgias for me.
Okay, great.
Very different types
different
of nostalgia.
One there was 2 pills that got taken,
Hey.
and the other one was the Matrix.
Hey. No comment about little blue pills.
I'm not going to say,
please.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it launched anyone. Kirsten Dunst was the second
Bill.
second credit.
So in Robin Williams, Kirsten Dunst, Bonnie Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the dad, then Lilith.
Dad's in Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the dad, then Titanic. Then the dad, then Lilith, then the boy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Actually, maybe even the cop, then the boy.
I reckon the crocodile had higher credit.
It's not launched him because he didn't do shit.
He's done bits and pieces, and he's done a bit of writing since. I looked him up while we were watching it.
And nobody recognised him because for half the movie he was a monkey.
Or half a monkey. He didn't even make it into the Planet of the Apes. Even though he had that in his show reel. Shall we give some awards?
We should give some awards.
Okay. The Andy Millman Worst Extra Awards named after Ricky Gervais's character in Extras. When the stampede goes through the town square,
Yes.
there is a woman that runs across the square like Woody from Toy Story. And
I didn't see that.
I'm like, that is unnecessary. That is unnecessary.
I also saw there was... It wasn't the stampede. I think it was when they're driving the cop car and then the brakes are cut for some reason. We'll just say it was a monkey. And then they go through the shop and people are driving out of the way.
Yeah.
So there's
I think actually
There's a-
someone gets hit by the car.
there's a guy on the left side of the car
Yep.
who rather than just taking like 2 steps to the
Yeah,
left,
leaps the-
decides
yeah.
I will walk and leap across the whole car.
Yeah. I actually think someone gets hit by the car. Because I watched it and then I went back through to some key scenes where there are extras to make sure I didn't miss any. And I'm sure someone gets hit by the car.
Yeah.
But I'm nominating him for best extra for taking
Oh, really?
that for the team.
Right.
At the Christmas party,
Uh-huh.
Sarah offers a guy some food
Yeah.
and he just sings "Hark the Herald" at her. Doesn't say anything. This is the boss's wife. Say no thank you and then go to the piano.
There is also in the Christmas party, someone's playing the piano.
Yes.
Hark the Herald. Is Jumanji a Christmas movie? And then there is a girl standing at the piano just doing,
Oh, really?
like, not even attempting to mime.
I was too busy looking at the singers looking at the players to see
Yeah.
that, and I'll bring that up in a sec.
I'm happy with Hark the Herald Angel guy.
Yeah, he just sings at her.
Yeah.
She's got a whole plate of food, and he doesn't even say, "Sorry, I'm singing." He's just like, "Hark there," and just walks off on her. But next time you watch
Musical
it, which will
Tourette's.
be in a few months, look for the woman that runs like Woody at the Stampede.
I am going to look it up right now.
It's a great look. So that's the Andy Millman Worst Extra Award, the Estelle Reiner Best Extra Award, named after I'll Have What She's Having, Rob Reiner's mum. When the hunter shoots the ceiling of the shop
Yes.
and he says, "Don't move or I'll blow your blinking brains out,"
Yeah.
and the woman's just like, just puts the game down.
She
and
like puts a gate and then she goes like, "Whoa," then walks in like a full 360, then exits.
And then, yep, her.
I also wrote Louise, the lady in the gun shop. Because like he
locks the
walks
door.
in and then she's just like, "Oh, we're fucking on here."
Yeah.
He has no money, but
And then he gives her a nod. And
Yeah.
then she just does that. Locks the door.
and then the best extra is the slow fat rhino.
Yeah, okay.
If we're giving it to, we both had that woman because she was fucking hilarious.
I've got one more.
Oh, you have one more.
It's
Is
not
it
as
Peter?
funny, so I should have said it first. It is, and this is the reason I didn't notice the singer just goldfishing.
Yeah.
The woman who plays the piano at the Christmas party is actually playing Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Yeah.
So I'm nominating that. And then I was going to be like, oh, but the guy playing guitar is not playing the right thing. Then I realised it was Carl. And I'm like, he's not an
Oh,
extra.
right. Yeah.
But he can't play the guitar, which is disappointing for a soul man. The woman who puts the game down
Yeah,
and
we're
kind of
putting it.
tries to slink off subtly when he says, "Don't move or I'll blow your blinking brains out."
Yes.
She
Great.
is the winner of the Estelle Reiner Best Extra Award. Okay. The Halle Berry X-Men, what happens to frogs when they get struck by lightning, same thing that happens to everything else. Worst Line Award.
I'm actually nominating the first line of the movie.
Okay.
Zachariah, whatever.
Yeah.
Go.
Zachary Binks.
Yeah. Don't be scared. It's just a pack of wolves.
Well, they've just come out of Jumanji.
Yeah.
So it could be nothing compared to what they've just been through of Jumanji.
Yeah. But
It's also still a pack of wolves.
it's just a pack of wolves, you little
yeah.
softy.
That's fair. I am going to nominate one from early in the movie. We don't need one of these two lines. Mm-hmm. We don't need him saying, "Hey, Parrish, prepare to die."
No.
If we're going to have, "Hey, Parrish, what's the rush?"
Yeah.
Because the rush is
You
because
just
you
told
just
him
said prepare
you're
to
going to
die.
die. Yeah.
So if we just cut prepare to die and have him look back, realise he's there and rush off, then Billy Jessup says, "What's the rush?" Or prepare to die, the chase is on.
What happened to Billy Jessup?
Died.
Cool. He's over on Adams Street. That's I'm going to say that all the time now. They're the other two nominations I had for worst line are what you've touched on already. The Parish is still around. I see them now and then. They're over on Adam Street. Cut to It's a Fucking Grave.
You also don't see them every now and again. You could say you visit them is a better line, but it's still a shit line.
Yeah. And then It's Probably Nothing. They probably left the TV on too loud.
Yes, I have one that is similar. When they go to the shop and everybody is looting,
Yeah.
Bonnie Hunt says, well, apparently there's a sale.
Yeah.
No, there's not a sale. There's literally a half monkey kid standing next to you.
Yeah.
It's not a sale, woman. Shit's going down. Also, I know you love her, but Kirsten Dunst says price check when she shoots him in the eye with the thing.
Yep.
That, together with the register saying no sale.
No! Nostalgia, though.
Not good. For a kid, hilarious. As a scriptwriter, not great. But I'm happy to go with They're Over on Adam Street. Because it is something that annoys me in film.
Okay.
Were you going to...
I was leaning more towards It's Probably Nothing. They left the TV on too loud. So you know there's some shit going down.
Apparently there's a sale.
Yeah.
Equal with that.
So you know there's shit going down. Then you go to your house and there's vines growing out of it.
That's true.
And then you knock on the door and no one answers. And you know that they haven't been at school.
Yeah, and you also have heard on the radio that there's 90 cases of people being stung by mosquitoes that's almost killed them.
And your niece and nephew and two adults can be heard screaming.
But also, it's your house.
But also...
You don't need to knock on the door to get your children to let you into your house.
Yes.
Okay, so shall we take that out of worst line and just nominate that for worst scene?
Worst scene.
I feel like we're getting closer and closer to a worst scene award.
Yeah.
It's either...
I'm happy to go with Other Parishes Still Around because I think it's just like, and it's setting him up. Like, I think it's stupid.
But also, like, they'd be...
Because you don't know he's the son. So you wouldn't have any issue going to a stranger. No, they're dead, mate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's true.
Unless you go, did you know them? Oh, yeah, they were my parents. I've been stuck in a board game for 26 years.
Over on Adams Street is the worst line in cinema history. No. It's something that annoys me. I didn't cry. I know the movie too well.
That's true.
And it's not that emotional.
No, it's
not. Really. I have 2 nominations for the I'm Your Father most iconic scene.
I only have one, and I wrote it before the movie started.
It's going to be one of these then, I reckon.
Yeah.
The Stampede.
Run.
But are you choosing...
It's a stampede!
The Stampede through the house or the Stampede through the town?
The Stampede when he goes, the game, and gets the game, and they crash through the library.
So when the Stampede originates in the house.
Yeah, don't be scared it isn't thunder. Stampede will be a blunder.
Yes. Okay.
What's your other one?
The Stampede through the town.
Oh, so it's both Stampede related.
Yeah.
Oh.
With the third
worst
place
extra.
being when Lilith stops at a red light because they have the green light.
That's actually funny. And
the
then
only
fourth place would be Carl going, no.
Yeah, true. Although that's it for iconic scenes, I reckon, for me. The 2 Stampedes.
Judy.
Him being in the floor. We've decided. We don't need to discuss it any further.
No.
All right, there are awards done. Yeah?
Yep.
Cool. So our top 5 this week, because we're reviewing Jumanji, is top 5 movies where a game is a key part of the movie.
Okay, so...
This is not...
When you say game...
This is not the movie is based on a game. So it can't be Lara Croft Tomb Raider. It can't be Street Fighter. And we had to rule out movies that have had a board game based on them, because on my shelves in there I have 3 Back to the Future games, and on Shane's shelves he has 11 and a half Star Wars games.
So define game.
Game.
Say, like, this is a spoiler alert. Say, like, a creepy clown thing rides up on a tricycle and asks if someone wants to play a
If you
game.
want to play a game. I
Is
don't know
that
how he sounds.
Is that a game?
No.
Do you want to play a game? No.
No.
Oh, well, okay, so my number 5 is Saw.
Yeah, whatever. It's our category. Like, who do we answer to?
Well, I just don't know how to define these.
Okay, what if I do mine?
I did a bit more based on a game.
Okay. I didn't.
No. Okay, go. Let's see. This is going to
My
be a
number
fucking
5
mess.
was Tron Legacy.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I've seen Tron and I've seen Tron Legacy. I think Tron Legacy is a better movie than Tron.
Okay, Jeff Bridges. Yep.
Your number 5, Saw.
Saw.
Okay.
It's a game. He asked if they want to play a game, and then they play a game. They didn't have a choice.
My number 4, Free Guy. It's not a great movie, but by my criteria, there's only 8 movies that probably fit this.
Okay.
And well,
This incomplete.
there's a couple of others that I've seen once that Shane has real nostalgia for from the late 80s, but I don't think they're great movies, so I haven't included them. The Last Starfighter and War Games.
Yeah.
The Last Starfighter he's really good at this arcade game, so he gets recruited to be a starfighter pilot.
Okay.
And the other one is War Games, where Matthew Broderick is playing a game, but it turns out that what he's playing in the game is actually really the Cold War.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant by a game is a key part of the movie. But if you did top 5 just based on a game, just do that, and then we can just
okay.
have 2 separate top 5s.
My number 4 is Mortal Kombat,
Yep, which one?
the newest one.
Okay. Do you care?
Let's just get to my top 2.
Okay. My number 3 is Jumanji. Which is much lower than you think it should be.
Well, my number 3 is Battleship,
Okay.
just because it has the same name, but I don't. It's apparently not at all like it's not like 2 people are in a battleship and they're trying to blow each other up.
Yeah.
It's just blowing
Okay.
up battleships.
My number 2 is Ready Player One.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I really need to see that.
You do. It's very, very good Spielberg. Well, if you're a millennial
It's not good.
who
Spielberg.
has played games at all or watched movies or anything or been on the pop cultures, you'll love Ready Player One. The same as Free Guy.
Yeah.
There's lots of references like that in Free Guy and similar in Ready Player One.
My number 2 is Jumanji.
Oh, okay. Is your number 1 Street Fighter with Kylie Minogue in it?
No.
Oh. My number 1 is a very underrated comedy called Game Night.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Jason
hadn't
Bateman
seen it.
and Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
They're very funny. It's a very funny movie.
You know when I looked up like movies based on games, it
Yeah.
came up with like Ready or Not, which is just like a horror movie thing with that chick that kind of looks like Margot Robbie but isn't Margot Robbie.
Oh, which one? There's like 4 of them.
Hugo Weaving's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Samara.
I have an honourable mention. I have 2 honourable mentions.
Oh, yeah, I do too, which I didn't say.
Star Wars Chess. Just for nostalgia, because that was on Windows 95.
Yes.
And the future, hopefully, Sims movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Produced by Margot Robbie,
I
not Samara
saw
Weaving.
the funniest TikTok the other day, and it was songs from. It was like singers sing original song for the Sims movie, and it was basically someone doing a Dua Lipa impersonation
In Simlish.
just like Dance the Night, you know, that same song, but then it's like Shwoobe da bu da. It has to be in Simlish. I don't care. And then my number 1 is Clue.
But who's going to be in a Muppet? Who's going to be the Muppets?
They're all Muppets.
Is Margot Robbie going to play a Sim?
I don't think she will.
I hope she does.
Um,
Because then 100% people go and see it.
Look, I don't know how it would work. Oh, it's the same thing. And then
It'll
going,
be the same,
oh,
the
it's
crossover
Truman
in
Show.
the real world.
It's Truman Show.
Truman Show, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a meme a lot that like having ADHD is like when you ask a sim to do something, but then you cancel it. Because quite often,
Now I know what it is.
yeah, quite often I'll get like halfway to the fridge and I'll be like, "What? Why am I in the kitchen?"
And then, wait, but then do you look up to the roof and go squabby dibby wabba,
Yeah, I look
and
up
then piss yourself?
and then I go to how do you help it you and then, but also actually, when I've had enough of a party, I do say to everyone, "I'm going to bed."
Yeah, and did they leave?
They leave.
Well, that doesn't happen anymore. In The Sims 4, like the newest
There
Sims,
used to be
you
one
will-
of my favourite things in The Sims.
you will go to bed and the fuckers will stay on and play your computer and run up your electricity bill. So it's however many thousand simoleons, and then you have to put the cheat code in just to pay your bills. Cost of living is affecting The Sims. And then, so my favorite thing about The Sims is when it's like, you'd be like, oh, to get promoted, you have to play the piano for 3 hours tonight.
Yeah. Which doesn't make sense because you're a firefighter.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense because you're a fucking adult and you don't have homework. And then they're like, oh, I need to eat, I need to pee, I need to go to sleep. And you're like, no, sit back down and play the piano badly.
No. Everybody that knows you knows that your favourite thing in The Sims
Oh, he's killing
is
people.
murder.
Yeah.
That has to be in there. If Margot Robbie does not put that in the thing...
If
that
Greta
a
Gerwig does
character-
it right, let's be honest.
Yeah. A character doesn't go for a swim and then all of a sudden there's no ladder to get out of the pool and they drown. If that doesn't happen, or
If somebody doesn't get eaten by a cow plant, I'm going to be so annoyed.
or your other favourite, put them in a room that's only 2 metres square with an oven and no door.
Yeah.
And no cooking skills. This is not a Sims podcast.
It is bad, but I love it.
At least you're not murdering people.
No, I create
You
the people.
are a psychopath, though.
And then, well, yeah.
That's been established by these podcasts.
Yeah.
You know, they say, like, Call of Duty is going to make kids shoot kids.
Call of Duty's a TV show.
You grew up murdering people in pools.
Yeah.
You haven't done that. You haven't become Jigsaw.
Well,
Do you want to play a game? How
Maybe.
does he sound?
no, that's more Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Do you want to? He's more like, the key is in the toilet. Or whatever.
We're going to look this up.
Anyway.
How does Jigsaw sound? If you've got a Jigsaw impersonation, upload it as an audio file into the Facebook group. My number one is Game Night, a grossly underrated comedy where they have a game night that then becomes one of those like fake kidnapping / murder mystery nights, but then becomes actually they think it's a real kidnapping.
Oh,
So
okay,
Jason
yeah,
Bateman
yeah,
and
yeah.
Rachel McAdams think they're doing this fun murder mystery thing,
Yeah.
and then real stuff happens. But my honourable mentions, my main one is Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then another one that should be mentioned, I haven't seen it, is Tommy, Pinball
Okay.
Wizard.
What about Megan? Oh, no, she's just a doll.
It's just a doll.
If it was based
What about
on
Night of the Living Dummy,
toys.
the Goosebumps episode?
I'm not a ma'am. No, that's not it. That's better than being insane. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that one.
That one. Yeah, sorry. Somebody's just flicked on to this podcast and going, what the fuck are these guys talking about? You just got a picture into my nostalgic mind.
So I'm not a man from.
Toy soldiers. Small soldiers. You know, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
please calm down, ma'am. I'm not a ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in Modern Family, where they lock Lily in the car. And
Please
he's
tell your wife
tell
to
your
calm-"
wife to calm down. Except one's a gay joke. That's it for the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Movies that are either, in your case, based on a game, or movies, in my case, that heavily feature a game as a character or story device.
I can't wait for the Sims movie.
Yeah, me neither. That's an exciting announcement. And the fact that it's Margot's production company that will hopefully have Greta Gerwig and her co-writing husband.
Well, if Greta
involved.
Gerwig's in it, that means Saoirse Ronan's going to be in it. So who's Timothy Chalamet going to play?
He wasn't in Barbie, though.
They better have a purple Sim.
They better make woo-woo.
They better make Woohoo.
Woohoo, sorry.
They better make Woohoo a day after meeting each other.
I
I would love a bit where the people are just talking for 5 minutes and then it's like, oh, we're friends now.
yeah. Oh, let's get married.
Oh, I paint for some reason.
I
Play chess every night.
I played The Sims recently, and I kept getting confused who was in whose family.
Right.
So I actually had to make someone move out of their house because the person fell in love with someone else and they only had a double bed.
Well, that was the best way to get a fully furnished house, was to kill the person.
No,
but then
it
in
was
the
like
newer versions of The Sims...
These two, I made two people that lived
we're
in
talking
that
about
house.
The Sims too much.
And then The Sims goals, the goals of the game was like, make this person fall in love with someone.
Yep.
But someone else happened to be at the house at the time. So they fell in love with the wrong person.
Oh, no.
It's like a Shakespearean comedy.
Oh.
And there was like, you can't sleep in the bed with this person because that's not a person that you're in a relationship with. So I couldn't have two people have a nap at the same time.
Yeah.
So someone had to sleep on the
Or
lazy
sleep
boy.
on the couch, yeah.
Yeah. Or sleep on the kitchen chair.
Sleep on the floor. With...
One thing also Margot Robbie needs to do is if there's a table seated for 4 and 2 of the seats are taken, someone walks up, shrugs their shoulders, and goes and sits on the front footpath and eats their dinner.
Yeah.
Sorry
anyway,
if you've never played The Sims.
if you haven't played The Sims, what have you done with your life?
Yeah, true. Maybe you're not a millennial.
Yeah.
Gen Zs. Is Sims a thing? I'll
I
find out.
don't think it is.
I know a couple of Gen Zs. I'll ask them.
Cool.
All right. That's it for the top 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should
That's
we
it.
find out what we're doing next?
Well, you can tell us what you think is in your top 5 movies to do with games on the Facebook group.
In games, in whatever sense that you think.
Yeah, in whatever
that means.
sense you think movies and games are related.
So is Saw a game?
Top 5. Do that in the Facebook group. The link is in the episode
Prince of
description.
Persia. Sorry.
This,
That movie was terrible though, wasn't it?
Go in the Facebook group. The link to that is in the episode description to tell us what you think top 5 games, movies means, and then what your top 5s are.
Cool.
All right, next. I thought
Ready?
you rolled up Prince of Persia.
No. No. It's not iconic. Or is it? Let's click the dice.
The game is, I remember playing that on Windows 3.1.1.
Great, in Browning Street.
Mark's computer.
Oh my God. How did this happen?
Oh dear. Zathura.
No. We just referenced it in this episode.
The Sims movie.
No.
Barbie.
No.
What else have we referenced in this episode?
Very iconic.
Dead Poet Society.
I'll say a quote.
Okay.
My dad's a gynecologist.
Oh,
He
Kindergarten
looks
Cop.
at vaginas all day long.
It's not a tumor.
It's not. I was going to say that, but that was too obvious.
It's not a tumor.
There you
Kindergarten
go, Kindergarten
Cop.
Cop.
All right.
We're kicking it with the nostalgia.
Arnie to Bonnie.
Honey to Bonnie.
Or Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, Robin Williams.
Arnold
Surely there's something there.
Schwarzenegger. George Clooney. Uma Thurman.
Any of them to Robin
Chris
Williams?
O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell, Claire Danes. But
Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone, my apologies. But they also, well, Robin Williams almost played the Joker in that series. Robin Williams. Okay. Robin Williams, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Expendables.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton,
Linda, what else has she done?
Robert Patrick.
God.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, also Danny DeVito. Arnold Schwarzenegger, yes, The Expendables. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that one where he plays the last action hero doll that comes to life. That's not going to get us anywhere.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want to go down the
Hang on.
Danny DeVito route.
No. We go to Robin Williams, to Ethan Hawke in Dead Poet Society. Ethan Hawke to Uma Thurman in Gattaca and Marriage.
Yep.
Uma Thurman to Arnold Schwarzenegger
Very
as the two
good.
baddies from Batman and Robin.
Nice.
Good. And movies we've done.
Yeah.
Gattaca.
Yeah. Gattaca, Patch Adams. Oh, we haven't done that one.
We have done Patch Adams.
We're going to
That's
do
6.
Batman and Robin at some point.
6. This is our 6 Robin Williams. Patch Adams.
Patch Adams.
Patch
1 hour
Adams.
photo.
1 hour photo.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Jumanji.
Aladdin. Jumanji.
Aladdin.
Oh. Hook?
We haven't done Hook.
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I can't wait. Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop's funny.
This is the tough thing about having this podcast sometimes.
1993?
Is because, like, you look at it and you're like, oh, I really want to watch that movie, but what if it comes up soon?
Shane really wanted to watch Shawshank Redemption. And I said, it's going to come up on the podcast at some point. And he's like, well, I don't want to wait a year.
Patch Adams.
Yes.
We'll do this offline. Offline, sorry. Off air.
Yeah.
I think that's it. 5 of his movies. Didn't we do it? Flubber. We did Flubber.
Yeah, because Flubber was the bottom of the Chad S. Minquo.
It was the worst movie we ever reviewed.
According to Chad S. Minquo
Yeah.
or Archie Q. De Niro.
I wonder if we did another one. Was that it? So 6, we've done 6 Robin
6
Williams
Robin
movies.
Williams, 2 Kirsten Dunst.
Aladdin.
This is our first Schwarzenegger.
That's true. Don't know how many more we'll
And
do.
that little woman plays the principal.
Linda Hunt. I love Linda
Yeah,
Hunt.
she's hilarious.
1 hour photo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great. All right. Watch that next week, folks.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I hope it holds up. It will. It will.
It will. It will.
Yeah. Kids
Yeah.
saying vagina is still funny.
Yeah.
So,
What's not funny about kids saying boys have a penis and girls have a vagina?
yeah.
Except that has not aged well now that I say it out loud. We may discuss that next week.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Two Drink Cinema. Watch Kindergarten Cop if you want to keep up to date with us, or there's a large back catalogue of episodes if you want to catch up on some of your favourite movies. If you've got one that you would like to suggest, get in touch with us on the socials at 2 out of 3 Brothers or in the 2 out of 3 Brothers Facebook group,
Yep.
which is linked in the episode description. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Lee. Jumanji.
What?
Jumanji. Jeez. Thanks for listening to Two Drink Cinema. We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this podcast was produced and pay our respects to elders past and present.
If you'd like to support the podcasts, either leave a tip or become a member for early access to these episodes by using the link in the show notes.
Join the Facebook group for more chat about the movies we review, and make sure you follow us on the socials to keep up to date.
Hit the subscribe button and leave us a review on your podcast app.
Happy viewing and drink responsibly.